What's going on, guys? I'm here with Mr. Shan Cole. He has recently taken out a few locals with his awesome smoker deck. This is actually a pretty good dark horse. He's been showing up with it and firing off pretty well. So without ado, man, take it away.
Okay, let's get into it. So I'm going to start off with my smoker deck. I do like to run it pretty defensive because really you want to be getting out your big guys and sort of KOing their big guys as well. So you need to kind of get to a point where you can comfortably do that. I like to run heavy counters, so we actually only run 4 small blockers. Okay. So you've got your 2 cost blockers, you run 4 of them, doesn't matter which one it is.
So I was going to say, what's the meaning of this? Is this just a troll right
now? We've got one pre-release Rosinade, and then I think the series, I just found them at first. So
but you know what? I love this. I love this right now, man. That is so cool.
You got to run 4 Shockwave. It's probably one of the best counter spells in the game because it can KO something. It's 4K, can KO something.
Yeah.
And then probably the biggest thing about this deck is the amount of 2Ks we run.
Yep.
So we've got 4 there, 8, 12, 16.
16, yeah.
And so with Smoker, you've actually got some of the best 2Ks in the game. So they're all playable. Suru's next 2, you've got some other neg, some KO over here as well. They're all playable. And the reason I like 2Ks is if you're versing something like Whitebeard, they're going to be hitting you with 6s, and you can't be throwing 2 cards. If you end up throwing 2 1s for a 6K, you're just, because you're already discarding for your big cards effects, you're just going to end up losing. You're going to run out of cards. They're also great if you have Borsalino on the field, because he's 6K, so you put 2 on him, and you're going up to 8. So if they're throwing that magic 7 number, 1 card and you're blocking it.
Yeah, easy.
You can get punished. A lot of people know that Black runs a lot of 2Ks, and so they're going to be hitting you with those even like 5s, and it can really hurt when that happens. But I mean, if you're throwing a 1K and you're throwing a 2K, it's the same thing anyway. So I just like to run it just in case they're hitting you with those 6s or the 7s when you've got the Borsalino. Let's go on to the 4 costs that we run. So everyone knows that Black loves to go second, and these are the best cards if you're going second. So either you get a Borsalino down and he just helps you survive to get your other cards out. A 4/6 blocker that can't be removed is just, it's such an OP card. It has counter as well.
Yeah, it's wild. It's such a good blocker, man. It's so annoying.
Yeah, Kuzan's great. It negs, obviously draws you a card. It's like the only card generation in Black, so you've got to run 4 of each of these.
Yeah.
And then the second biggest difference about my deck is I've actually heavily teched it that you can go second as well.
Okay.
So, that you can go first. So you generally run a small amount of Smoker and then 4 Sakazukis. So you might see in a lot of lists you see 2 Smoker, 4 Sakazukis.
Or 3.
Or 3.
3 Sakazukis, yeah.
So I've changed it to 3 Sakazukis, 3 Smokers, and 2 Garps.
Okay.
And Sakazuki is definitely the best when you're just looking at these on paper, because it's, you're getting a 7 body, you're killing something that costs 5, and it doesn't rest itself. So it's way better than Garp. However, it's only playable if you're going second. So if you're going first at 5 Don, what are you doing? Like, you can get one of these 2 down, but sometimes it's not good enough. Okay. Whereas Garp and Smoker, these are really great bodies to get down. If you get Smoker down and then you start killing stuff afterwards, he creates so much pressure. It's my MVP against Zoro, because against Zoro, if you end up doing like 2 Don on him and do a 9K, like they're gonna have you put 1 on Smoker, making one of their 1 cost 0. 9K, they have to either throw 3 cards or they're taking 2 life. Garp can be hard because you have to protect him, but he is just so much more versatile at being able to drop him at 5. Another thing I like to do with him is you can drop him and not use his ability, and then when you drop your 10 costs later, you can kill a 5 cost, and then you can actually kill a 9 cost with his ability.
Okay.
Because he kills a 4 cost, and then with the Kuzan, you're killing the 5 cost. So let's move on to our smaller guys as well. So these are the 3 costs that I run. So these also help if you're, you're always running Kobe, but
Kobe's so good, man.
You're always running Kobe. I've got 2 Smokers. Yep. So that's a card that you love to see if you're going first. So that helps with that curve going first as well. You definitely could boost this up to 4, maybe reduce 2 of the 2Ks if you wanted to have that power. But I still like to go second mostly, and if you're going second, I find you don't get smoker out very often. So it's really fine either way. And then we've got a few more things to finish off the deck. I might just move some of this out of the way. So we've obviously got our 10 cost Kuzans.
3 of him?
Yeah, 3 of him. I want to run 4 just because he wins me so many games when you play him down, but he's obviously a very dead card. I think 3 or 4 is the right number. The biggest thing that I see people making a mistake with Kuzan is they find they can't get him out because they don't actually have anything on the board that supports him. Really, you need Kuzan on the board a lot of the time to support him. Because you're, like let's say they drop a Whitebeard, you attack with Kuzan and then you drop your 10 cost and that's where you're wiping him out. And a lot of people let their Kuzans go early and that's where they end up sort of not doing well with black. And you've only got 4 Kuzans in the deck, and that's why I like this Garp, because if I'm in an okay position where I can drop Garp and just leave him on board, he now does something similar to Kuzan, where I can drop the 10 cost, kill a 5 cost, and now Garp's sitting like a 9 cost with his effects. So it just gives you like, it's like a secondary Kuzan as well, if you need it in a situation.
That's insane value right there, yeah.
And with Kuzan, this becomes a great spell. It's great without it as well. So it kills a 1 cost for 2. So if you've got this on the field, it's killing a 6 cost. If you've got Kuzan on the field, it's killing a 5 cost. You can also use Smoker's effect. You've got all these negging, so it can always hit something really big. I particularly love it when you've got Smoker on the field as well, because if you've got like a Kuzan and a Smoker, you can neg something, do a really large attack, and then kill something for 2, and you're just putting so much pressure on for such little Don. That it's really effective. It also has a really nice trigger that makes it not dead in hand if you're drawing it from life when they're going for lethal. So it allows you to draw 2, discard 1, which means you can really sort of thin out your hand of those dead cards and get some counter. But yeah, that's pretty much the deck. So it's just more heavily focused on 2Ks, as well as running the Garps and Smokers, so that you have a bit of an edge if you do get forced to go first.
That is awesome, man. That is awesome. So yeah, you've seen it firsthand right here, guys. The Smoker profile from Mr. Shan. Is there any shout outs you'd like to give, man, before we head off?
Yeah, I mean, I want to give a shout out to the team. I think also Jimmy, I guess. He was playing Smoker at the start of the set, and he helped me see the way with when I was playing Zoro. I saw how efficient like the Smokers were against a lot of. You've got a lot of KO in this set, even with Zoro. Like they're playing control and having cards that can't be removed from the field that stick. Something like Smoker that applies pressure. It's really strong.
It's good value. Yeah, awesome, man. And we always love Beyond here as well for what they do. So thank you very much, guys. We always appreciate it. Remember, like and to subscribe, hit that bell to stay notified. And once again, we'll always see you on the next one. Thanks, Shan.
Thank you.